The first time Daniel understood that their family was different, he was 7 years old. It was early morning, the kind where the sun rose slowly as if it too had something heavy on its mind. He sat on the doorstep tying his worn-out sandals when he noticed his mother standing by the window, staring at the empty road. Her shoulders were tense, but her eyes were soft, like someone used to carrying pain quietly. At that age, he didn't know why she stared like that. Later, he would understand. Their father had left years ago. No warning. No explanation. Just a slammed door and a silence that stayed behind like dust on forgotten shelves. But his mother, Edeora, never spoke badly about him. She simply wiped her tears in the kitchen where the children couldn't see, or thought they couldn't see. Daniel and his little sister, Mimi, grew up inside that quiet strength. Daniel remembered the confusion more than the sadness. He remembered the nights when Mimi cried and asked where their father had gone. He remembered the mornings when their mother forced a smile, even though her eyes revealed how tired she was. But most of all, he remembered the promise she made to them. You are not abandoned. You are loved. And I will raise you the best way I can. Those words became a foundation, stronger than the man who had walked away. Edeora was not a rich woman, but she was a resourceful one. By day, she balanced trays of snacks she made herself, stopping by schools and offices. By afternoon, she sat in the market square, selling fabrics with practiced skill. And when the village slept, she turned on her old sewing machine, stitching clothes by lantern light. Her hands never rested. Her dreams never paused. Everything she did carried one truth: her children would not suffer because someone else chose to live. Daniel cleaned the compound, fetched water, and washed plates without being asked. Mimi learned early how to sweep, fold clothes, and braid hair neatly. They were children, but they were also a team. Life was not always easy, but joy still found space in their home. Some evenings, the three of them would sit outside, listening to their neighbors talk, sharing roasted corn or leftover puff-puff. Their laughter felt different, lighter, louder, real. Daniel loved watching his mother's face soften after long days. Mimi loved the way her mother hummed old songs while cooking. And Edeora loved the way her children looked at her, as if she hung the moon in the sky every night. They built a life from what was left. And it was beautiful in its own way. Daniel worked hard in school, not because someone pushed him, but because he wanted to make his mother proud. The day he came home with a certificate for first position, Edeora cried quietly and hugged him longer than usual. Mimi grew into a girl with gifted hands. She could braid hair cleanly and beautifully, and neighbors often complimented her. Her mother would smile, saying, "You got that talent from me." One year, after months of saving, Edeora bought her first sewing machine. It wasn't new, but to her, it felt like she'd been handed the key to a better future. They celebrated that night with jollof rice, a luxury in their home. As the years passed, Daniel and Mimi learned one powerful truth. A family doesn't fall apart because someone left. It survives because someone stayed. Their father's absence no longer felt like a wound. It became a memory, one that no longer defined them. What defined them was their mother's courage. Her sacrifices. Her late nights and early mornings. Her quiet tears and loud laughter. Daniel often thought we were not broken when he walked away. We were rebuilt by her love. And in that small home, with its peeling paint and warm spirit, the three of them continued forward, stronger than anyone expected.